And a good spiritual morning to you once again. Thanks for joining us today for a quick chat. And of course, our morning cup of coffee.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being with us. We hope you're having a really wonderful day.
Absolutely. And we were gone last week. We didn't put videos out because we were on vacation.
We were, and now we're back.
And we are back. We're back.
We're back.
A lot of people are doing that. So we figured we would talk about what it's like to come back. We were in the Midwest in Madison, Wisconsin. Visiting family there. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
And also out of the area here in California.
Yeah.
We went to the coast for a little bit, which is nice to get a break from the heat.
Yeah.
Came back and it is a little hot in the Central Valley.
The difference in temperature, Father, between where we live and
30,
just the coast.
I mean, almost 40 degrees.
40 degrees.
So, yeah.
Yeah, imagine that.
That's all. A little hot. But so we got back and, even though you might be gone for 4 or 5 days, it can feel like a month. And then you're like, okay, we're back. And now what do we do with that? How do we readjust?
Well, we had a really nice time. Weather was here and there. It's the summer. It's hit and miss. But we had some fun talking about our highs, our favorite parts of our trip. And then, like you said, I felt like we were gone a very long time.
Right.
And now
5 days.
Yeah, just 5 days. And now I'm trying to reset because for me, it was good to get away. And as I looked at, you dread the coming home because you're like, oh, I got to pack up and go back.
Right.
Which you shouldn't really feel like that. And I love my home. I love being with everybody. Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I was like, but you also get to point on vacation where like,
I want my bed.
I'm okay to go home. There's certain parts where you're like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
Towards the end of it, you're like, okay, I'm starting to readjust, and now it's nice, and I'd like to go home. And then you get home, and you're like, oh man, I'm home. Like this place, I liked where I was before. I'm back to this place
I'm back
again.
here.
And,
but I saw when I was coming back, when we were driving back, I thought, oh, I was doing a lot of this before I left, and I haven't done it for a week. Maybe I should make some adjustments to my routine, my rut, my grind of the week.
Well, sure, because you're probably not watching as much television on vacation as you're out a lot more.
Yeah.
You're spending time with the people that you're visiting. You're doing things. You're seeing things. You're going for walks. You might just be out and about a lot more.
There's a lot less boredom, maybe, or scrolling time, or
right. There's not as much time to kill because you're occupying your day. And you're like, oh, this is so great. And so that's kind of the downer of coming back. You're like, oh, okay, all that fun all this stuff that I was doing, now I'm here and now I'm back into the grind. Yeah. And then it's like, but why aren't we living that way of life every day? Like, why are you waiting to be active on vacation? Yeah. Why aren't we active every day in our regular routine, in our homes?
And keeping elements of that keeping elements and applying that to the old routine. I think we're creatures of habit. We all are. We all know that. A lot of you probably have really great hobbies and exercise routines and things like that. I don't necessarily have those. And I think that maybe it's time to implement some of that.
We could always have them be better. We could always be better about it.
Yes.
You try to do certain things and you know what? You just go on your phone or on your watch and you're like, oh, wow, look how many steps I've been doing. That was, for us, you're like, oh my gosh, 12,000. That's pretty good today. And, on your regular routine, you're probably not doing 12,000 a day. So maybe that's like, oh, maybe I should try to do that. And I think the same thing is true spiritually in a sense, because you find that on vacation, stress is kind of, dissipated a little bit. It's lowered because you don't have those same worries and anxious or difficult moments that you're struggling with or dealing
deadlines
with. You've set that aside, and now you're just like, okay, well, the stress is, well, what am I eating tonight? What restaurant are we going out to? What are we seeing today? It's kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And so the stress goes away, and then you come back and it's like, oh, all the stress comes back up. It's like, okay, I've got to do all this stuff again. So maybe it's the same kind of thing. Maybe it's sort of recognizing that the same way that you want to bring a good routine from vacation back to your regular life, in terms of health, we want to do the same thing in terms of our spiritual life. We want to be living, and we want to do things that kind of on a regular basis lower the stress. Imagine what your blood pressure was like, the week that you're on. If you're on the beach in Greece, what do you think your blood pressure is? When you're just waking up and you're having your your coffee, your frappe, whatever you're having. You're going down to the beach. You're spending the day out. You're going out to lunch and having this healthy food, all natural food. You're walking. It's like, okay. And then you come back here and it's like, oh, now what do I have to do? And what, back to work, back to school, back to the grind that you have. Why not be able to have that same, stress-free living, here.
And I thought of one of our talks when we talked about seeing God in nature. And I noticed that a little bit this week, that I was trying to plug into that. Yeah. And then one of my sweet friends is in Alaska right now. And I thought the scenes that they must be seeing and seeing God's creation there. But I think that we do need to take more of those moments and put them into everyday life. I'd like to do that. I'd like to take vacation as a reset and do that for me here.
Right.
I hope so. I mean, we all know the challenges that come up, and if we could keep little pieces of the happy zone, or what are the highlights of our trip.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know.
And live them.
And live them.
And live them. That's the thing. It's like what's the best parts of the vacation that you were having, bring those back with you and live them every day, and not wait for that 1 or 2 weeks a year to be stress-free and healthy and happy. And then the other 49 weeks of the year, you're just a miserable curmudgeon, in this rut and in this groove. I just got to get to the next vacation. Yeah. And there are people that live that way, just living to the next vacation, just trying to get to that next week off, to the next weekend off. It's like, but you have the beauty and the blessing of life every week, every day. Yeah. And look at what you did in that. And it's kind of like the thing, we were even joking about that. We went to the Midwest. So we went to Madison, which is the capital of Wisconsin. We've got family there. One of our sons lives there now and works there now. And, it's okay. We went to the Capitol. We saw the Capitol building. We visited. It's like, we live in California. We're not far from Sacramento, an hour and a half. We've never gone to the Capitol here. Yeah. It's like, well,
what are we saving it for?
Why don't we go there and see it here? It's like there's certain things that you can do. We were walking along the water and seeing things because it's around lakes and there's an isthmus and it's a beautiful city. It's like, well, we're right by the Pacific Ocean. Yeah. We're an hour and a half to the Pacific. We're an hour and a half or 2 hours to Yosemite or to the mountains or to Napa. We don't bother. It's like, that thing, you live somewhere and everyone says, oh, wow, you're right by this thing. And you're like, yeah, I never go there. You're right by the thing that you never go to. Right. It's like you live on the beach, but you don't go to the beach. Yeah. Well, I live by the beach. It's like having a swimming pool. Yeah. I've got it. How often do you swim? I don't know, once a month. It's like, why aren't you swimming every day if you've got the pool? It's the same thing. Whatever is around you, take advantage of to see God in it and to get joy out of it and to be living your life in a happy and a joyous way.
And I thought one thing that you do on vacation is you wrap up the day and you say, okay, what's the schedule for tomorrow, or what's the thing that we're doing tomorrow, right? And I thought I kind of just survive my day when I'm home or when I just survive, and then my head hits the pillow.
Well, you plan, but it's work. Yeah, but what do I have to do tomorrow? Yeah. What do I have to do this week? Not what do I get to do or what I like to do. On vacation, like, okay, what do we want to see tomorrow? Yeah. What do we want to eat? What kind of food do we want to eat tomorrow? What do we want to do tomorrow? Here, it's like, what do I have to do? Yeah. And maybe that's...
Can we pivot?
Yeah.
Hey, that was good.
Well, I saw what you were doing. 30 years, we should be able to come up with one word together. So no, absolutely. And I think that's
my goal.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of, a blessing for us to be able to think about, okay, how do I do that? How do I go away, reset, recharge, have fun, lower my stress, but then kind of bring that back with me. Don't leave it and say, okay, that was great. I've got the videos on my phone. I've got the pictures of how great it was. I posted all the stuff on Facebook. It's all great. Now it's over. Now back to the garbage of my day-to-day life.
It took 50 more weeks
until I get back to my next one. It's kind of like, no, look at the great stuff that you did. Make plans to do some of that here and to be able to enjoy life. Because as Christians, joy is a blessing. Depression, despondency, anxiety in the spiritual life, those negative emotions are crippling. Yeah. Because we want to have hope and joy and faith in God. And that should bring us joy. It should make our life happy and joyous. It shouldn't be an arduous task that we dread. Having a relationship with Christ should be joyous. And it should be something that we experience like a vacation, sort of in a sense, every day, so that every day or every week we get closer to Christ, and we do that all the time.
Amen.